Hi, this is Hasnain with GigHQ.ai. One of the things we keep hearing from job seekers that it's really hard to make contact with individuals at companies. So how do you find people that you might be able to reach out to start engaging with them, to network with them, to ask for a referral, those kinds of things? And yes, you can go to LinkedIn and you can kind of search, your first degree, second degree, potentially even third degree contacts, but it's still really hard to find someone at a company where you don't really know someone that works at that company or you might not be connected to them. And so we thought, how do we solve for that? So we recently started working on something we think is really, really powerful and would love to get feedback and share with all of you is we call it Outreach Agent. And so the way it works right now is, so I'm on a LinkedIn job page and this is one of the jobs on LinkedIn. So what you can do is you can actually if you hit the little share button, you can get, copy link. Essentially that copies a short link to the job. And then if you go to outreach.gighq.ai, what you can do is you can paste in that title, the URL, and then you can copy paste the title of the job and the company name. And so I'll put that in here, and then you can hit find contacts. And what this is doing is it's actually trying to identify people at the organization that are relevant to that role. So not necessarily people you are connected to or the people that you are connected to are connected to, but really more broadly, can it help you identify the right kind of people to reach out to? And it actually will also give you the rationale for why it picked those people. And so it takes somewhere between a minute or 2 minutes to run, but essentially it kind of gives you these different people, the titles, kind of the rationale of why it thinks those people are relevant, and their LinkedIn profile. So really quickly, I'm just gonna open a bunch of these up, and I'll share with you a couple more things. So one is that what you can actually also do here is you can hit the generate draft button, attach your resume, and then what it will do is it will take the information in your resume, the information in the job, including the company name, the title, the description, and the rationale, and help you write a best fit message to send to that person. Right now, essentially, this would be the equivalent of an in-mail message. And so it takes a few seconds to run, but I'll show you that just here as soon as it finishes. Right, and so now what it's done is gonna, giving you kind of the title, and then really taken your information relevant to the job description and try to lay out a good case for you to engage with this person. You can also do some other things. You can kind of make tweak it. You can read and then you can refine it. So if I say, hey, I want to make it more casual, and run it again, it's going to take another pass at it and kind of clean it up and all of that. So this is really a powerful tool, and you can kind of hit copy here and paste it into the message. So it does some really cool things, but I would also say this is I don't recommend just starting to use InMail or start connecting with people directly. What I really recommend doing is go to the person's profile, right, and see if they have done anything on LinkedIn recently and really engage with them. And that really means that don't just sort of start with messages or connection requests, right? What you want to do is see is, hey, have they posted anything recently, and can I really get into the comments, or can I respond to something that they posted, or is there something of value that I can add to the conversation? I think that's really the way to do it more than connection requests. And also, I highly recommend when you go to LinkedIn profile, make sure that the person is active on LinkedIn. A lot of people are on LinkedIn and really not very active. So obviously this person Vinay is quite active. I'm looking at George now. George has done some posts and things, so you want to kind of look at that, and see kind of how recently he engaged and all of that, and how long he's been at the company. Let's see. So Nilesh. So this is a good example. So Nilesh hasn't posted anything recently. Doesn't even have a picture. So you could, send him a message. You could send him a connection request. You're most likely not going to get an answer, so it's a waste of your time. So try to avoid those. And then there's Yoga, who's again kind of decently active. So I would say probably a good person to reach out to. And then Serene also, who doesn't look like she's done a ton of activity, so maybe not someone I would recommend reaching out to. The other, quite by the way, pro tip is that one of the ways to kind of slide into the conversation with these people is, instead of doing message or connection request, as I said, I generally avoid that. Is I try to either send them something related to what they're doing in the comments immediately, or the other trick is you don't always see it, but instead of connect and message, you can just follow the person. And what that means is, as they post things in LinkedIn, it'll show up at the top of your feed, and that's an immediate quick opportunity for you to engage with them, and also it notifies them that you're following them. So that's a pro tip. So definitely I would say recommend I try that. don't focus too much on connection requests and messages, but really Outreach Agent is a great tool to go beyond just that immediate reach that you have on LinkedIn. And so we really worked hard on it. We would love to get feedback. Give it a try. Please let us know. I'll share links to everything in the comments. But looking forward to hearing what you all think. Thank you.